Okay, it looks like we've finally got the problem straightened out here. We had a little malfunction. Amy got upset, and the whole place turned off.
My cell phone even went on.
Yes,
yeah.
so. We got a question here from, who's that? Can you read that? Because my eyes are,
It's from Brittany. It's from our friend Brittany. Brittany wants to know, what do you tell an addict currently struggling who doesn't know what the first step on getting into recovery would be?
What would I tell them?
Yeah, what would you tell them?
So if they were currently using, then I would help get them into detox. And then...
But I think she's saying, what do you, and I don't mean to stop you, but, you know, I will.
What would
you tell? You did mean to stop her.
I would tell them, you need to do the steps. You need to get in the 12 steps. And if they said when, I'd say...
So I come to you, I said, Amy, I'm like whacked. I'm sick. I got a habit. You know, I hate living like this. You know, it just sucks. Help me.
What are you willing to do?
I'll do anything.
All right, so I'm going to get you a bed right now. We're going to go to detox.
Okay.
And then you're going to call me from detox. So have you.
But what's the bed like? Is it like, you know where it is?
If you're willing, then you don't care. You don't. It doesn't matter. I know.
I'm just
right?
being. I'm just being.
No, but that's what I'd say, right? And then if they're willing, they would go. Yeah. But if I met them,
do I have to go today?
Yep.
I can't go tomorrow after I like call
God,
my.
You're one of those.
Call my grandmother and like.
Get the money.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
So yeah. So that's. I mean, that's what I would tell them, and then I would tell them obviously that. I'd give them my experience. I'd tell them, you know, the 12 steps is what we know to work. Like, it's the only thing I've seen people be successful with and have, like, actual... I mean, we talk about permanent recovery, and, like, that's real. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a real thing, and I think that people don't realize that.
So you just said something that sparked in me.
Oh, it's coming!
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
So you just said the only thing I know that's real recovery. What do you mean by it? You said, tell me what you mean by that.
I just mean that I know that people have been successful on, and that people have been able to stay sober long term. Is
through what? Through what?
What do you mean? Through doing the 12 steps.
Oh, through 12 steps.
Yeah.
You mean through absence?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%
Ritchie wants to know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on MAT.
So I feel like I have.
What does that stand for?
Medical assisted treatment, but I do.
What does assisted mean?
Suboxone, methadone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
but
I think
doesn't assist mean to help someone? To when you assist someone, like if
it should,
like
but
if
it
you
doesn't.
assist someone up the stairs, right? But it doesn't, right?
I have a lot of issues with MAT, but then part of me is like, if it keeps you alive long enough,
I'm for
to
that
get
too.
To a place where you can. You know, be open to doing the steps and like that.
7 years later.
We'll see, and that's the thing. And like, there's a lot of people that.
Why did you?
All my friends that have done methadone. Because
you don't think someone can hear you out
there?
No.
I'm just saying, like all my friends. I don't have any personal experience with it, but all my friends and family members that do have experience with it. They weren't successful. Like they didn't have happy, joyous, and free lives, right? So they all got off it, and like most of them had to either detox themselves, which was terrible from what I understand, and then some of them had to go to detox to get off. And like, so I mean, that's like what I know of it. I don't have personal experience, but everybody I know that has personal experience. Like Liz said too, we'll either sell it or there's so many different, you know what I mean?
We have this beautiful, loving soul. She follows us. She watches our show. She's been on MAT. She's been on methadone. What did she say, for like 5 years now?
Yeah.
And she still can't get weaned down.
Yeah, and so that's the other thing is like, and I think
she says it's terrible. She hates it.
Yeah.
And I had somebody recently tell me that they since went detoxed and got off and are now currently, you know, sober and doing the steps. And he said when he would go to the methadone clinic, like he would be dirty for fentanyl and they would dose him anyways. And they'd be like, in 6 months from now, if you're still doing this, we're not going to dose you. And it's like, what is the point of this? Like, what is, I don't, money maker is what it is.
Right? You go to any methadone, stand in line, you pee dirty, and they're still going to give you that.
It goes back to society being sick, right? You know what I mean? You're cultivating this group of individuals. They're getting relief through this medication. It's keeping them sick. The individuals marking it and pushing it are sick. There is no connection to the soul, to the core. If I can't connect with myself, with my core, with my very being, how am I going to genuinely connect with you, to help you and you and you? And you've got a whole entire, it just spreads.
And
like
I
wildfire.
also don't know anyone who actually used it in that way, right? Like that actually was only on that. Like everyone I know that's been on MAT has been doing like cocaine, doing other substances. So it's like, so it's like I don't really know anyone who actually did it the right way. So I can't speak to that. But from what
they're supposed to be out there. I'm still waiting. I want to have them a guest on my show.
We hear it all the time. That people...
we hear it all the time. There's people in. There's a doctor, a friend of mine. She was a guest, Brianne.
Yes.
Who, in Boston. She has a doctor friend at Mass General who we're going to have on the show who swears by, patients that he treats that have quality lives. And I got to figure out. But this question, I think, is because I had a big problem with grief. What does that say?
Tara. Hi, Tara. It says, how did you get through grief and recovery? And we got like
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
So I'm still, honestly, like I feel like grief is a process and I'm still grieving, but I did after Stephen had passed, I actually started grief counseling, which is like, it definitely helps. Like, and seeking outside help is like definitely a good thing. So I started doing that, and I'm actually trying to start. DMMF is actually starting a grief group for people in recovery. So I'm working with the Kearney Hospital in Dorchester to try to get locations and times squared away. But it's going to be a grief group for people that are in recovery because we've experienced so much grief with the overdose epidemic, but also just in general, because I feel like if you're in recovery and you're doing the work and you're, on point and everything else, you almost feel like you shouldn't feel this bad and that you shouldn't have, and so it's okay it's okay to grieve. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to it's going to hit you. But for me, it's about being able to feel it and move through it. Right.
How many times, and I guess I'll just speak from my own personal experience because I'm guilty of this. How many times do you see an RIP or you hear someone die and you're just like, yep, okay. And you just keep going. I am so unsensitized to death.
Right. And that's kind of the other thing with DMMF is I try to it's every person, especially with when it happened with Steve, it's that was one of ours, you know what I mean? He was one of us and our own people. And so it's one of those things where it's making sure that we're not desensitized to this overdose epidemic and that every person counts and everybody is somebody's, son, daughter, mother, brother, sister, whatever. And really knowing that these people all matter. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's so the grief, it's hard, but I have my moments. I still have days, but it's really about moving through them and using the steps and the tools that I have, that I know work.
So in the time we have there, I'm going to let you wrap up the show. And you're gonna, tell the audience what if you had 30 seconds, what would you tell someone that's struggling right out there today?
Reach out for help. Ask somebody for help. Either go on our website, dmmfboston.org, and send us a message. You know what I mean? Reach out for help for somebody, because even if we can't financially help you, I will put you in a detox. I will do whatever I can to do to get you somewhere safe until we can help you, or we will recommend other places that can help you. So even when we have no money, we try to do that and get them started. And
you just invest your personal time. This woman's a saint.
I don't know about saint, but
it's fair. I can't believe that that we're done here. It just the guests were incredible. I want to thank the audience for joining us tonight, and we look forward to seeing you again real soon. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.